Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Good morning, bonjour, sabawal khair, ina kwana. Mai mamace ina gaida kowa da kowa da safin ga safiyan talata na watan Mai kwana 14 shekara 2024. Wannan ita ce shirin Tsarin Safiya da kuke kallon tare da ni Amir Mukhtar. Shirin safiya na Baina TV. Kan wannan shiri kamar da kowace lokaci muke yin ko in ce kowace ranar Litinin zuwa Juma'a muke tsaranta watan safiya da ma ranar al'umma gaba daya. Barkanmu da sake haduwa da ku kuma. Ina fata an yi kwana a cikin ko an yi bacci a lafiya kuma an waye gari a cikin koshin lafiya. Mara lafiya ubangiji Allah ya ba su watan lafiya. Idan ka duba a cikin jerin shirye-shiryenmu na yau da safe, babu shakka kamar yadda kowace lokaci muke somawa da kalaman karin karfin biwa da mu duba waton abinda bature ke ce mai quote of the day, waton kalaman karin karfin biwa na yau da kullum da muke kawowa. Bayan haka kuma akwai health tips, shawaran kiwon lafiya, yadda za mu yi mu kula da ƙa'unanmu a fannin waton lafiyarmu, don idan babu lafiya shi kaga kamar akwai kalubale, akwai damuwa kwarai da gaske. Allah ya ba mu lafiya, amin ya hayyu ya kayyum. Akwai kuma weather reports inda yake kuma muke kawo muku cikakken rahoto daga watan GMET, hukumar kula da yanayi na yau da kullum na kasar Ghana. Akwai kuma question of the day inda dai muke kokari mu dan kwasa kwakwalwa game da wasu tambayoyi inda yake muke dan ba da dama jama'a su masu aika mana waton nasu ra'ayi amsoshin. Waton ba haka kuma akwai today in history. Idan mun ce today in history, waton yau a cikin tarihi, yau a cikin tarihin duniya, ka gane ko, musamman ababe da ke faruwa, musamman batun waton fadan Isra'ila da kuma Palestine. Za mu tuba yau a cikin tarihi wani irin abu ya faru game da wannan al'amarin din nasu. Insha Allahu za mu duba wannan kuma idan muka kai akan today in history. Akwai kuma labaran jaridu inda za mu kawo newspaper headlines, mu yi reviewing, mu bude wayoyi jama'a su masu tofa albarkacin bakin su a cikin. Bayan haka kuma muna da wato political discussion wanda za mu yi da 'yan siyasa da za su shigo a gidan. Akwai political discussion da za mu yi da su. Idan mun gama kuma akwai sports wanda shi ma abokan aiki na Salma Ahmad Bandawo da kuma Abdul Nan Mukhtar za su zo su karu a kaina mu kawo muku. Saboda shi ba da batan lokaci ba, ku bari mu fara da na farko wanda yake shine motivational quotes, wato kalamin karin karfin gwiwa wanda muke kawo muku na yau da kullum. Yes, so akan Baina motivational quotes yau mun doko ne daga wurin wannan bawa Allah mai suna Jim Rohn, wanda yake ce wai either you run the day or the day runs you. Wow. As simple as ABC. Either you run the day or the day runs you. Wai in ma ka yi nasara a cikin ranar ko kuwa ranar ta yi nasara a kanka. Mun fahimta ko? In ma ka yi nasara a cikin ranar ko ranar ta yi nasara a kanka. Either you run the day or the day runs you. Ai kamar idan mu yi wato tarjama, inda mu yi tarjama ko fassara na ma'ana kalma da kalma, wato ran din zai zama gudu kenan ko? Na'am. Either you run the day, in ma ka yi kudun ranar, or the day runs you, ko kuwa ranar ta yi kudunka. Amma to wannan tarjama ba na kalma da kalma ba ne. Bi ma'ana yana nufin cewa in ma ka yi nasara a cikin ranar ko kuwa ranar ta yi nasara a kanka. Wato in ma ka rinjaye ranar ko kuwa ranar ta rinjaye ka. Ka gane ko? Wato idan aka waye gari, Allah ya maka ni'ima, an waye gari ka kasance a cikin wato rayayyu, to in ma ka yi nasara, in ba ka yi nasara ba, to babu shakka za ka samu cewa ranar da ta yi nasara a kanka, wannan tana nufin cewa ka koma baya. To abin ya zama wato wata gwagwarmaya ne tsakanin kai da duniya. Mun fahimta ko? It is you versus the world, a gane ko, or it's you versus the day. So kamar wata gasa ne, wani gwagwarmaya ne tsakanin kai ranar, kai da duniya. Sa a duba wa zai yi nasara in an waye gari. Hakanan ne, wato in ma ka rinjaye duniya ko duniya ta rinjaye ka, to ya kamata ka yi kokari kai ka yi me, kai ka yi nasara akan ranar, kai ka yi nasara akan duniya. Haka abin yake. Duk lokacin da aka waye gari ka tashi kasancewa akwai wata gasa a gabanka, wata competition a gabanka, wanda yake shine mai kai da ranar ko kai da duniya. Ka gane ko? You versus the day, or you versus the world. Ka gaya makanka ni da rana ko ni da duniya yau muna da gasa, kuma a gasar za a duba wa zai mai zai yi nasara. Ka gane ko? To ta kaka za ka yi nasara a kan waton ranar, ko kuwa za ka yi nasara a cikin ranar, shine me, shine ka fita ka je ka yi gwagwarmaya, ka yi kokari wannan gwagwarmayan ka, kuma Allah ya sa albarka shi kenan. Illa masha Allah, sai dai abin da Allah ya nufa maka, ubangiji Allah ya mana nufi mai kyau, ubangiji Allah ya samu wanye lafiya. Amin ya hayya kayyum. An so masu kallo, wannan shine wato motivation mu na yau da safe 14 ga watan Mayu shekara 2024, ranar Talata. Right, so ga abokin aiki na kai Khadijatu Kubura Kailani. Khadija ina kwa? Masha Allah. Shaya komai ya zirga-zirga, ya traffic. Okay, baki explain. Okay. Gaskiya na yi mamaki da Allah, ban san me zan faɗi ba. Allah kara mini haƙuri. For the first time. That's true. Wallahi. Yanda ya fito, as if it was calculated. Kamar ne kin rehearsal shi. Allah ya kara miki hakuri, ni ma ya kara mi hakuri da yawa. Anyways, me ke faruwa? Yeah.
Exercise and then they keep faruwa, and then mutane na blame EC da sauran su other stakeholders man for kama EC nan su bari maganganu ya yawa. Mu talk bebre, mu kasa bebre, mu say just get to work. Yeah, and then stop talking. It's Jermaine said the boss man, because I learned come on look at Afarijan, suke backbed, suke buy, suke advising. Because I'm come Ghanaians in the suka zama, because anytime black says everybody is a coach. Akabad the dama buy a koga keeper ga player still you can't even score. You get it. So yeah very common. You see that kind of thing. I check ga keeper. I'm barko kai the keeper. Yeah, there's a problem. So people are calling on Jane Mensa, the EC, because it's in the news. Come on, anytime they are raising budget, soon and allocate musu a special budget, a juicy budget. Yes, to the extent that all the members of parliament, they have one interest. Okay. It's like matter appetite electoral body. We are in this country. Namagashi president, where he will make sure he will. Make sure come on digitalization generate. We are still fumbling with the registration exercise from how it's going. It will affect a lot of youngsters who would like to go and vote. For instance, if I were to be 18 today, what I don't like in my life is waste of time. Especially Jenna Sage King Q for Garana, I don't have the patience for that. I've never remembered any national assignment, or maybe any national card that I could charge there. Search King Q for a very long time. No, It's either I might get a protocol somewhere one way or the other, or maybe she Nigeria, and then but to go and stand in that queue, Halwar's Mas Ajana Kwan and other me. I wonder. So just imagine somebody has me share 18, me share just say for in a queue for almost 8 hours. BV minini BIK bar lights, all this thing, and you expect the person, and then as we speak now, Crample, EC is not even ready to extend the dates, like the time for the exercise. Looking at all the factors, the HS in the case, and they are not looking at it, and leading to the point that other people warrants for the recommendation to disenfranchise some people, because obviously if I'm 18 I don't get to vote, register exercise here, which is definitely I'm not voting.
Yeah,
it's a easy. They should look at it, and then this is supposed to be a rehearsal for them. This is something they have to learn from. Even with the assembly election here, but we are still facing these challenges. And mind you, 2024 election, this year's election it's quite different from the regular elections we are having. There's a party keen on breaking the eights. And then there's another party, they come back to power. And these are the two political major political parties we are having in the country.
When it's history name.
Yeah.
Because for the first time, a sitting president in the Akafidashi.
Yes. And it's coming back.
Can't understand. And then also, on the other hand, another party now, so you break 8 by hook or crook.
Yeah.
So
regardless,
for both parties in it's when they win Duka, Yazama history for that party. So that's what makes it special.
Yeah, and it's very crucial. Very, it's not like Mona incite panic in the public or no, nothing like. But then this is the reality. This year's election, when they let me borrow Mahama was there for some years back, we're boot for boot today. Sure. And they are all the political parties. Nkaji all die be die. So this year is going to be similar. It's we are pleading on the EC. We are pleading. Show me all die be die. I said I call because casting those two words, people are not happy with it. Yeah. All die be die. All die be. Especially all die be die.
Akufa don't know all die be die. Okay. Shape mama
boot for boot. Okay. So we are pleading. We are really pleading on the EC. They should listen and then find immediate solutions to whatever challenges they are having before. Because December is just at the corner. We are in May. You always say that I'm going to get in June. Year. So like the year is just running fast, and then look at all this in that just registration exercise. Come on, J and Naji news come on bad. Could I say full as a chicken generators just in case. Moka J Akakashi light. Just in case. Anyways. So they should look at all these solutions, and then we will have a beautiful election in 2024, December 2024.
Where must register double registration? Suma asana da suche wa anga like December 7th. Basu yesu register. Basu yesu votes. When can register double, can come and vote double. To one mawaka. Anyways,
but how do you do that? How can you sometimes
so that you vote twice?
If you are a citizen, be
gone with the days people used to do that.
You can't do it by metric.
Someone and also that
they
find a way
of cleaning it. Yeah.
And then they go to another polling station and then cast a vote again and things.
And so what do you gain from this?
Biometric. And kaga wannan machine na kuma yana da yaya turanci. So in the kaje ka sa hannunka verified. Understand? Verified ka vote. So in the ka riga ka votes like be you are chalemanta.
When the all this vote twice, meaning we are blaming some of them, all those who voted twice in some years, and those who are even planning to do that this year. Shame on you.
Shame on you. So muje muduba but how can you register twice? Like for
in the end, knowing the country we are living in,
everybody want. Only you want to vote twice. Why?
To please who? Your political party. They.
Well, everybody want. Only you want to take 2. Why? I'm asking you why. So everybody want. Only you want to vote twice. Why? I'm asking you why. Anyways, so away from that, shame on you. Shemuduba health tips na da safinga wato shawaran kiwon lafiya jiya mu batun plastic ko
yes
so muduba na yau so but before that na muduba wato weather of course jiya maranche
I told you yesterday kama madin ayi ruwa kuma ayi you know
wasu wurare ma yayi karfi sosai
yes jiya na ji even in some part of the central region kuma ayi ruwa sosai I hope they flood but the something about the issue of flood yet but
okay so, because of the ake ce mai so jiya because of rains na kaga bacci kuma yayi dadi so sai kada so irin hakan suka kashe light
ya ga shi sai mu gode mai ECG kenan ko goro ba su kashe light ba sai mu gode musu
the fact is of from last week zuwa it looks like yayi a bit stable kadan better than better than like last month anyway.
Yeah, so, it's been quite stable. It's in the idea or say
better than last. Better than last.
Yeah,
month.
It's been quite
stable.
Quite stable.
Underline quite.
Yeah, it's been quite
so
stable.
let's look at the weather reports and then we move to health tips. Okay, so weather na da safe ko sorry na yau kenan ina nufin yanda yanayin yau zai kasance a kasar Ghana yauwa na ce na yau shi kace na duniya gaba da yake nan yau a kasar Ghana so ya harkan zai kasance ya kike dan warware mana
ya muka duba da ya kamata ku kai ni jimetin jin aiki muka
dama kina wurin
muka duba the from eastern region ruwa secondary takwari and its other sub-regions areas or township da ke kusa da su duka they will experience cloudy skies muka ce cloud na kuma it's not necessary kama an yi ruwa kuma an yi rana like then later probably there might be showers but then muka shigo muka je upper west wurin kuma suna da it's more of cloudy, but then later in the afternoon there will be a bit of thunderstorms here and there. Nature thunderstorm, but come on, this is thunder. Yeah, so it could be anruwa or maybe it will be cloudy amade ba ruwa but as it stands and kuma chicken moranche kuma it will be warm at 26 degrees and then muka zo Accra muka shiga cikin Accra kuma the surfing it's more I know you've experienced it's more it's quite cloudy out there cloudy, so kuma later munanga kuma the rana later it will be more experience a bit of thunderstorms here and there the highest will be 32 and then moranche kuma munga more skies na yayi bit clear and then it will be a bit warm Haluzua Moronchi that is it for Greater Accra region and then kuma muka je Osei Krom Ashanti region
America
so now sinon kuma akwai ana rana as stands currently day it's mostly cloudy but ana rana and then later so in the afternoon so must soon experience thunder storms probably into Kaisa maybe I just in case I can work on it's a bonus for all the regions. So this is the weather updates this happening. Today you might not get rain. I'm adding that quick thunderstorm later in the afternoon. Thunderstorm, the most accurate thunderstorm is not necessarily come on rain. Yeah, so cloudy. Maybe sometimes you one rain you be experiencing the thunder. So the likelihood is there. but not stanch Monday. It will happen. Yeah.
Normally, just that kaya ne baka samu ka ayon. You understand? At least the I don't.
So Medina, for instance, the thunderstorm there it will experience a bit this morning around 12 to 1 thereabout.
Meteorologist.
So around 1 to between the hours of 1 to 2 going, and we won't experience a bit of thunderstorms.
Thank you so much, Chief Meteorologist. From Pokonsa Queen to Seroni and Award and Shemukeki met you, Kina. Yadama wouldn't kick in Amanta. Okay, so that's weather reporting you. And so Damuduba Batum Kingston, one of the tutor Koko Chutu to Kada, the Gachkin to Kada Skachimana to our Korea, Masama Africa, Shine.
Hypertension. Malaria.
Yawa. So that would do about cheese and sauro, mosquito bite. Now, so the health is now.
He's right.
Saturday day any entontoma ebeka yen amenya malaria nti ayana ye prese ye bebo ye hoban na hoban bomu no ayana anu ye ba ko a ye wo pa ene se ye be hye mosquito coil ye dia bo ye ne ye ma hoban nenso asemmisa ne se mosquito coil a also adam ama ade ache no so eboaw anase emwoaw hwe mosquito coil anema ye de ye ebini pyretrum ena fe pyretrins a enye free anema ye de ye insecticide mu afi di twato kra e aletrin obetimi afreno d trans aletrin so wo mosquito coil a yengusi a sa chemicals ya mabodin fra na ba bonten e ma tweko ni padwem wa bra wodam no na tie bi obi a wota hye mosquito coil na wodam e ma de chia unya harawa mu yare me kire respiratory problems e de how bebre e na bebre wani hwenim e na fe o minimum so benya how e wo ho na woni a wo asthma mpode yenka ho asem engusi a efri mosquito coil mu no ebetimi ama wo asthma how no ayi bebre menim so wa hye nso a abra obehye mosquito coil adam ama de achi bia no na uti pile esan se chemicals a yede aye mosquito coil etumi de allergies ebenti etumi ma rashes egu ho ebia na nyami kan obegye ho achinie abnadu fie so opo yare ani wu a wo de obetumi wu akọ nemu menso mosquito coil emfa wo ma no ennem wanhwa abe kakra no na wo ma no ebenya problems e wo home mu obusum yogurt a odwen se bonsam abone pa na wonum cigarette na wagye na wu no so wuta da mosquito coil mu atwe musie no e ma de chia oni obusum yogurt ni na ye pe ntishe nso ebe ya shi mosquito coil no awodem ho ni pi kugina bonten ebrebi ansa na wabadan nim ababedem anase panka ho no hatamane nwo na afi shi ne dan nim eno so kra no ni kwan se otena adan nim na me kai wo se so pe e videos no mu bia a download ya hwehwe yen e wo WhatsApp channel so follow yen na onsa beka videos ni nyina unkwa ho hia nti ye wafa mu di bia obetimi aye se obebo unkwa ho ban e from Israel mensa gota na hey a good living Ghana.
Batun sauro kenan kudun sauro wai from frying pan to fire.
But you know, it's a good tips here. But shemu bermo EIA musigani kama even what in the suke sell the coil and the one the suke manufacture. Bamuji magane they make it clear to us that car ben coil and senanka ikwana. But because how can you even be sleeping in smoke? Me honestly growing up, they I don't know, but then bam kwana with coil. It's always the spray, the insecticide. Shima aka spray. I remember growing up aka spray. She actually go if the chicken daki I pull look over for some minutes for sometimes and now actually so it's not ideal. Even the smoke and aside you try you can also prevent malaria. You can have back and respiratory disorder come so we should learn from that.
Akwai wasu quells da aka zo da shi aka ce yana da kanshi kai kwana cikin ma gashi nan da kanshi.
Yeah. But forgetting that there is smoke.
Yeah, wasu sprays shi ma ka zo cewa yana da kanshi. But duka dai ka san shi spray na misali in ka spray daki musamman da spray ka san ana especially da safin da za ku fita haka she ku spray ko ina she ka fita da yamma ka dawo in ka dawo ma still kana dan jin to wannan shi kanshin da suke batun shi na perfume da aka sa cikin ko fragrance da aka sa cikin spray na lokacin da ka dawo bayan nan kan kama wannan kanshin ne ya kamata ya yi me ya saura cikin dakin amma ba manan shi ne ka spray ka yi kwana don yana da kanshi sannan kuma kamar yadda ka ce idan coil kuma zaka kona ka kona coilin nan don sometimes ka zan shi wannan scentin spray na ba kowa ke so ba don gaskiya yana da karfi sosai so sometimes ko ka spray ka fita ka je ka dawo ma kakan ko da ke kai ba ciki amma dai kana for some time so ba kowa ke yawan nan ba shi ka kunna ko kuma zaka kunna ba wai zaka kunna kai bacci a cikin ba kana kulle ko ina ka kunna coilin nan ya fadi da mosquitoes nan duka lokacin nan she ka yi bacci
because it's dangerous ba ka kulle windows ka kulle kofar ka nan you are also in a smoke but some of the coils kuma suna da hayaki sosai yeah that's how come as time goes on manufacturers ka just ka ce kamar wanga smokeless ne ka kunna kai kwana cikin but then it's still not that healthy. Allah kawai san ababin da ake ga kamar ma sannan a samu muna coil use even not coil alone even just like we mentioned insecticides nan kuma suna don't spray that kin ka kai kwana cikin no ka there was this brand once we mentioned sunan brand in them it was a household name pa bakin shi na da karfi ko ya ka komo sai ka zo and then it was kind of suka portray it became like one of the best and I'm sure it's not bunch it became it is halwa your day it is even though basu advertising in ka fita waje ma when in ka gan product and I'm sure you know what brand I'm talking about at least because suka advertising ma some yake kiran shi yake crabbing money what can that be advert that do come to a second animations they use some animation for their so it's one of those things we should just pay attention to our health aside what we eat yakumato made hankali kumanda everything was around belema years over breathing is very important chew on respiratory disease it's not easy
gaskiya ne all right so that being said na shemu do a question of the day before we move to today in history yau a cikin tarihi nan duniya so question of the day when is the appropriate age for you to leave your parents home when you have money when you have money when is the appropriate age for you to leave your parents home age as in a number
I'm sure age
don na san kaje kasashen turawa su suna da tsari depending on countries in sometimes akwai tsari in kai wani shekaru gwamnati da kanshi na baka daki kin gane ko gwamnati
wurin su ne 18 years yana aiki
yes so gwamnati na baka daki har dai ka zo ka samu aiki shekarun da sa way you pay da makamancin suna da wani tsari akwai tsare-tsare waɗannan tsare-tsare
idan ga the only thing 18 years can do for you is to go and vote the only thing 18 years can do for you as a Ghanaian is to go and vote nothing else nothing they never you are becoming short of words seriously I mean we are 18 years in this country the only thing you can be proud of is voter's ID card
in this country
you Ghana card the only thing
the Ghana card 15
one the man the person can say I'm lying
the only
thing you at the age of 18 because elsewhere
when you
it's at that time the work that suke pressure yaris just to voters register just to go and vote and look for work for some people
because I know elsewhere like I said the government now provide accommodation in
even if you are unemployed there's a way of supporting you to get employment
sometimes
the system is working 247 akwai data kowa
but
here hey even if you are 40.
So
I'm not sure you
when
can leave
is
your
the
parents
appropriate
home.
age for you to leave your parents home? Yes, where people marry and they still stay in their father's house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I actually and honestly, if there's no point for you to leave home, it's ideal to stay with your parents, especially looking at the economic situation in Muke Chicken. It's ideal because your rent akraba so kibani. So where are you going? So it's better you stay with your parents so you become more money, more stable, and you think you want to leave, then you leave. Especially with the little. I know it's a bit different for men. You know, sometimes let me just say na gida you want to get away from home, pension, all that. But the women, or let me say ladies, they can stay home unless maybe your work will take you somewhere. Which will require you to
for me, I think
rent.
that especially with our ladies and when you look at our values, the
Yeah.
I'm back work and necessity requires maybe work, school or something they can necessity in a require they
can move.
For women I come on random mission cause you understand?
Yeah, but sometimes you want to leave not because of anything but because of privacy. You want to leave. You know, there are instances where you want to be alone, but because you are in a home, probably you share the room with your mother, say your mother, your sister, or maybe any other person who will come and join your room. There are days you actually want to be alone.
Yeah.
There are days you want to be alone, cry alone, and but you still don't have that space.
So in this case, that's from my side now, like when you live in a big house, and then Kowana can she like Kowana.
Yeah, that way they should be alone. Don't move. If you move,
Kowana cancer, you know, babanda ke koko babangida. Understand? So she sometimes you know highly na the kill can understand Allah ba kudi you understand highly na the kill so that commend the privacy issue. Privacy is very important. Very important. And it's since it's one of the things in the case compare how matter missioner Sushima is some way for the sauran sunna. Understand? Maybe kana nan dai inda kowa na ta kan shi yana da privacy shi sai dai ran da mijinka zai zo kawai shi a sallame ki a bashi salamun.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
But for men, they mostly soon as soon as they
when it's
they do pay rent, just when I booking she somewhere, then they are going
15 years, ma she have to Bama 18 ma be 15 ma she ya fara kwana waje ma shi na ina ruwan shi.
It's too early.
You understand? Yeah, akwai master 15 shi ya fara wani kai ina bari ana bincike an sa kan ciki ne ana bincike. Do you understand? So na ce guys mun nan da dewa ma chale ba ruwan su. Yes.
To kamar Alhaji Dita Bura ka wai assalamu alaikum Hajj Amir Muktar Hajiya Khadija Kubura. I agree.
Alhaji Idi Tabora.
I agree with Kubura, and still they are comparing us with the rest of the world. Idi Tabora. I think 18 years in enough for dinner. Yes. 18 years.
And they are comparing
us to the rest of the world.
Just imagine. Kullum na ga wannan comparison ban gane wa shace ma kamar wayin kaje can ma kaza yayi kaza kaje can ma is a global kaza is global kaza but global nan kuma in kake 18 sha baka daki and there's a way you pay back to the government har gwamnati ko mai samu ta amfani
baka ka dodge.
Oh no baka ci wannan magani
ba ga 18 years no. I don't say thing.
Where the only thing you can do is to vote.
The only thing you can brag of is voter ID card.
So you kindly send messages in at what age kake gani cewa it's appropriate to leave your mom and dad's house home. Ka send mana watan questions and answers and ko. When is the appropriate age for you to leave your parents' home?
The answer is if the moment you know you are more comfortable, you can leave.
Me too. The moment you have money, the age that you get money.
That's where the comfortable.
The age
that's where the comfort comes in. So if you are not comfortable, I beg, do stay in your parents' home till
the
you become more comfortable.
That's you have a lot of money. to get your own decent accommodation, and then you eat good food.
Good living.
Yes, good living Ghana. And then that is the age, the appropriate age for you to say goodbye to home parents.
Yeah.
Yeah, mace kuma dai inda akwai walawa gida, in akwai walawa gida,
stay in your father's house.
In akwai walawa gida,
there's nothing pleasing like staying in your father's house.
Yawa, in akwai walawa gida, kana samu kana ci kana shan da appropriate time is lokacin
ba ko wani kwanciyar hankalin da yafi kana gidan iyayenka. Yeah. It's the best thing. I don't know about others, but it's the best thing that can happen.
Yawa, lokacin da kamar nace if not necessity, kamar aiki da makamancin su. The appropriate time is ran da Sunday ki yazo.
Wasu kana gidan iyayenka.
Wannan Sunday nan.
Baka isa ban girki ba baka yin girki. Da haka ni je aiki ki zo ki ci abinci.
Wallahi. Right, so anyway, ancestors what we look at today in history. Yo.
Yes.
Today
is 14th.
Yes.
14th May. So in today in history, 14th May, by this time in 1948, David Ben-Gurion, the first Jewish the head of the Jewish agency, Jewish, so he proclaimed the establishment of the State of Israel, U.S. President Harry recognized the new nation on the same day. So that is your haka exactly today in that David proclaimed Jewish agency and she President Harry President Harry of US
proclaimed the State of Israel. Then the US President Harry
recognized the new nation that same day. No wonder the relationship between the US and Israel is this strong.
So that's the 1948
and then still on this day in 1948 there was the creation of Israel and then the Palestinian conflict. So just imagine the conflict, look at the conflict in your fire.
Yeah.
So in 1947 the United Nations proposed the partition of Palestine into separate Jewish and Arab states, with Jerusalem as an international administrated city. While the Jewish community largely accepted the plan, the Arab community rejected it, leading to the outbreak of civil war. Can you feel the history?
Yeah.
And then on May 14th, 1948, the State of Israel was established, marking the end of British rule in Palestine. And then this event triggered the first Arab-Israeli war involving neighboring Arab countries, which ultimately led to the displacement of hundreds of thousands of Palestinians, Arabs. Sheikh Kumar, on this same day, the Six-Day War and its impact, where in 1967, the Six-Day War broke out between Israel and a coalition of Arab countries. No, it's like Israel, the Arab singer. It's been there for a very long time. And then these countries are Egypt, Jordan, and Syria. This conflict drastically changed the landscape of Palestine. Yeah, drastically changed the landscape of Palestine, with Israel capturing the West Bank, East Jerusalem, and the Gaza Strip. And then following the Six-Day War, the Gaza Strip and the West Bank became occupied territories, leading to a deterioration of the humanitarian circumstances in these areas from that point forward. And then it goes on, say, struggle for Palestinian states. On this same day, on the 6th day of the war, and the events of 1948 and the Six-Day War have left lasting scars on the Palestinian people who continue to struggle for recognition, and the ongoing Israeli-Palestine conflict has resulted in numerous peace initiatives and negotiations, but a comprehensive and lasting solution has yet to be reached. I think since they broke out in Palestine, since since 1948 till date, people of Palestine are still struggling with the wonder how to even reach a better negotiation between these two countries. So still in 1940, still in today's history, on this day, I use Facebook. It's May 14th in 1984. Mark Elliot Zuckerberg was born. And not knowing he high function a social app that connects everybody. So he's an American business and philanthropist. He co-founded the social media service Facebook along with his Harvard roommate in 2004, and its parent company Meta Platform, formerly Facebook Incorporation. So Meta Platform is of which he's the chairman, chief executive officer, and the controlling shareholder. So Mark Zuckerberg, with around 2.9 billion monthly active users, Facebook is the most popular social media worldwide. So on this same date in 1984, Mark Zuckerberg was born, and then today the biggest social media platform that can use the worldwide, which is Facebook, was the brainchild of Mark Zuckerberg, in which he started in 2004 with his Harvard roommates. So Mark Zuckerberg, so Mark Zuckerberg is world's best third richest person, which with worth net in $175 billion.
Wow, $175
billion about double shirt.
A shirt in billionaire.
The man is the guy is a man. The man is a
billionaire.
He's a billionaire.
$145 billion. Shemuke yao nema 3 billion ko.
That means yeah loan. Anyway, so today in history, these are some of the top people who made history exactly today, which happened to be the 14th of May 2024. But similarly, 14th of May, some years back, a lot has happened, like the feud between Palestine and Israel, the creation of the Israel state, and then American accepting or recognizing them the same day. And then the creator of the social media giant Facebook, Zuckerberg, was also born. It's today in history, these are the people
in short, your birthday, Mark Zuckerberg. It's a shame.
And then birthday. So equally when it's celebrate birthdays to these are the kind of people. Yes, seriously. You have to go back to February 19. What happened in February? The people there.
So 14th May, kind of birthday in Kayao. Mark Zuckerberg.
Yes.
Suke birthday, and happy birthday to when the key birthday to Duka. So the creator, the brain behind Facebook, Facebook, I have Facebook, and Facebook. I mean, the most popular social media
Yeah.
Yes. Facebook, when they create one on Facebook, Shakache Bekari investing number. It's Ankashiga. Sometimes some of the guy you Nashana Kamachale, Mark Zuckerberg ma Bekari.
Oh, she Bekari, but he knew he had a skill.
Yes,
and then he worked on
chicken Aboki Bekari, but Begwada Kamanke Kana Skuka Kari. Mbaka gun calling Kabayankuri Kari.
Seriously, Kari.
Bagagan calling Kabakari. Maka kana abenga justify kayan kadana Mark Zuckerberg kacho Mark Zuckerberg Bekari Scuba. Yo.
So Gashi, yeah, and depending on the question of the day, someone's assumed trooping. One more way, even the whites are sleeping with their 1 week baby like we do here in Ghana. Their babies have their own cot or bed, but our babies lie in the middle of their period. So good morning.
That's the question of the day.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're choosing the right time to leave your parents' home is a decision that many young adults grapple with. There are several factors to consider when determining the appropriate age to strike out on your own. One of the most important considerations is financial independence. Another factor is emotional maturity, and then also added the state of relationship with your parents is also crucial. And then ultimately the appropriate age to leave your parents' home will vary from person to person. Some may feel ready to live in their early 20s, while others may choose to stay longer for financial or personal reasons. It's important to consider your own unique situation and make a decision based on what is best for you. So this is by Aaron Babaku daga Accra. Ya ba mo paragraph 91, so I just have to give you points. And then also some of the Christians left their parents' home at the age of 12, and we the Muslim state so you get married, but nowadays it's not according to age. Even some of the Muslims youth leave home at early age. These days the same applies to the Christian and Muslim boys too. May Allah guide our youth of nowadays. Assalamu alaikum. A person didn't add his or her name. So that is it for the question of the day.
For the question of the day, and also today
in history.
So Zamuje, quick commercial break. Muzo Mukao Muku newspaper headlines for that matter, and then also mind you after newspaper akwai njiwenwe ene amanyofo besinkonya ane ya to adwen shemu discuss issues in politics akasa, but that will be after the newspaper headlines, and newspaper headlines kuma yazo bayan wannan short commercial break kudaka ce muna zuwa.
Super Sami da Nova mun kawo muku sabon labari. Wanga gaskiya ne true story, Hausa really ne. Kirani ayati ne. Jimana. Yaro pepe na tashi akwai kudi banjin da kowa. Na shan champagne kuna shan Hausa biya. Na shan rose kuna shan soborodo. Kwai sinari da azurfa kudi ya cika a tifuwe. Banjin da kowa sounding ga ya tashi tumbe maku. Sun jini yaron Niger, coming straight from Ghana. Ni ke nan banjin da su na gini ke so ne. These boys they faking it, ba modu ba kune. We know your Benz is borrowed, neither no vaye mutashi broke boys upset my tummy. Feed on kube the kauri yara matana so now this shit don't even excite me. Ba go what does I forget the knee? Cause these boys pussy I know it. Shout out so no sin the kano. Bangiji ya kara alka yaran arewa ku tashi nan gaba de na mu ne wallahi. Na dinka riga babu ya.
This became so from Timberland.
Banji shinko waka bitnaga. Duniya me aiki keji. Ban hasadin kowa ka bitnaga. Duniya me aiki keji. Jimana me na ma ke neman wuta. ina aiki ni ban gariya ban zamba ban saka duba barawo shi shakka ai duka kariya ne naka da safe na wani da rana ka diki sin goma na san ka yi zafi amma ka sa hankali ban yi bacci na daji muna bidan dawa ne akwai hero a ba sarki yaran arewa samu wadata banki sin kowa ka bidan naka duniya mai aiki kejin ban hasanin kowa ka bidan naka duniya mai aiki kejin
tafiya ni kadai wani sa'i da mutanen kwarai muna yaki da mutanen dare mansa zaki wani kaɗan gare sai ya saurara dan barno.
Alright, so barkamu da dawowa daga wannan hutu na dan takaitaccen lokaci kamar da na muku alkawari ɗazu kafin mu tafi cewa da mun dawo za mu kawo muku watan labarin jaridu saboda shi zan fara na farko which is watan wanda kasance shi ne da Ghanaian Times. Ghanaian Times mai lakabi the most authoritative newspaper. Ghanaian Times da safin ga idan ka duba na farko ya kawo batun EC nan a wurin shi deputy chairman kenan wanda ke in charge of corporate services na electoral commission Dr. Eric Bosman Asari ya yi wani magana jiya a watan taron manema labarai da aka yi yake cewa wai EC captures EC captures 251,149 in 6 days, average of 45,000 per day. Dr. Asari kenan ya wannan magana mutane adadi da yake nufin cewa a cikin kwana guda shida ko kwanaki guda shida adadin mutanen da aka samu aka waton rajistan su kenan waton 251,149 in 6 days, wanda ya yi breaking down cewa waton kowace rana dai akan yi a samu kusan mutane waton 45,000 kenan per day. A kasa kuma akwai wai President Akufo-Addo confessed Ghanaian citizenship on Stevie Wonder. Right, so President Akufo-Addo confessed Ghanaian citizenship on Stevie Wonder, wanda yake shi ma tabbatar da kasancewansa ko kasantuwansa na ɗan kasar Ghana kan wannan bawan Allah shahararren Stevie Wonder kenan. Ghana earns $3.9 million from NTEs in 2023. Wannan kuma daga wato Dr. Ifwa Safiya Asari, CEO na Jepa kenan. Sa'annan kuma idan mun duba wai redevelopment of Crofro market stage, Fidelity Bank sets record straight. And then back page nan kuma na wato Ghanaian Times samu ga cewa wai Ghana jersey heavy to wear. Ghana jersey heavy to wear. Andre Ayew kenan ke cewa wai jersey Ghana yana da nauyi sosai. To ina ganin wannan dai habanci ne da yayi cewa wato babban aiki ne kamar da a ce an dora ma babban hula kenan aiki kenan aka daura ma. Wato idan ka kasance a cikin wannan wato jersey din wannan riga na wato jersey Ghana na cikin babbar riga kenan a back page kenan. Golfers gears up for PGA Masters wato in June 6 to 8 kenan. And then also yes, so that's back page nan kenan na wato Ghanaian Times. Yeah,
well,
right,
the Daily Post newspaper, front page, the EC has encouraged the visiting of people to registration centers and registration of minors. And also, EC soon encourage registration of Yara. Was somebody
Daily Post.
Daily Post, as a Daily Post. We should not import Western notions of womanhood to define us as Ghanaians. Professor Nana Jane tells Ghanaian women. Sannan kuma nursing trainees at Bono East humiliate and shame Baumia over Alawa. we Baumia J Bunu is we one a program they that she connect with the youth in that Sukaje we according to the Daily Post we nurses soon shame Baumia over allowance. But allowance now I don't know paying them. Ablakwa shares small document of sole source contract awarded to Dr. Baumia Brothers. We Ablakwa yaka documents different documents, supporting documents in the Kenuna Okamam Baumia award Kenim siblings Baumia with government contract. But is this news?
So away from the Daily Post and we Mujekan Daily Graphic, Daily Graphic Shima yana cewa wai ga hoton shugaban kasa daga watan 3i Africa Summit inda yake gaya musu cewa we push for SMEs growth. President tells government at 3i Africa Summit. Watan shugaban kasa kenan yake gaya wa watan gwamnati cewa ai kokari ai pushing for wannan SMEs growth ko kuwa abun kasa watan wannan harka din. And then also African Prosperity Dialogues 3rd edition launched. Continent charged to invest in infrastructure. Out in the African continent, Kenya, charged to invest in infrastructure. And Atlantic Lithium lists on GSE, first greenfield company on Ghanaian birds. Watong hotong shi minister watong kasa da kuma albarkatun kasa Samuel Abu Jinapo a yayin da yayi wannan ainihin sanarwar. Idan ka duba watan back page kuma na watan Daily Graphic yake cewa with projects to reduce accidents on Kintampo Tamale Road unveiled. Watan wani shiri ko wani project ne wanda aka yi wanda yake idan aka gama insha Allah ta'ala zai watan kawo asari a kan hanyar Kintampo tsakanin hanyar da hanyar Kintampo zuwa Tamale zai kawo asari a kasa ta ubangiji Allah yasa. Sannan kuma Health Ministry da kuma World Health Organization launch financing strategy. Wato idan ka duba shi ma ga Alhaji Hafiz Adam wanda ke shine Chief Director na Ministry of Health a yayin da yake yi wannan launching Health Ministry wato ma'aikatar kiwon lafiya kenan da kuma World Health Organization na duniya kenan sun kaddamar da wata shiri wanda ke da yi financing wani financing strategy kenan a back page na Daily Graphic. Now
well, now on the Daily Guide, we rousing welcome for Baumia in home region Koduba kan Daily Guide mun gani jama'a da dama su sai daga Bunu nace Bunu Northeast region kenan da aka fito different men and women colors azo a support azo a welcome Baumia in kasan yana halwa yana cikin ton shi ne yanzu ya kai Bunu East kuma na kuma mutane Bunu East kuma sun ji dadi
North East.
What say North East. So kana kama with the rousing welcome sun ji dadi sosai na suka gani Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Baumia Vice President mu kuma kenan sannan kuma the same time the flag bearer of the New Patriotic Party leading them to break the 8. Yes. And then Stevie Wonder kuma has been granted Ghanaian citizenship via colorful ceremony in the Jubilee House. Mungan president here. But she granted his Ghanaian citizenship. Meanwhile, he can still maintain. Dual citizenship. Yeah. He's an American songwriter, a composer, sometimes in R&B, sometimes in hip hop, sometimes in gospel. All the genres of music. And Stevie Wonder is now a Ghanaian. Let's put it in that way. So Nana pushes for Africa digitalization. Yate. Samuel Oku supports a coupon students. EC register 2020.
So the Ekropom students in is it the School of Deaf, the School of Blind?
I'm sure it's the special needs school. The special needs school, we have 29 of them. Dukansu basu da binchi.
Special schools.
the 29. Well, so let me wait. The Director General of the National Lottery Authorities, Mr. Sami Awoku, has donated some educational materials to the Ekwapim North Municipal Education Directorate in the Eastern Region. The item includes 2,202 mathematical sets, mock examination papers, and unspecified cash amount aimed to support the 2024 mock examination students. So I'm sure this is not about the
special.
Yes. But then, on speaking of them, the special needs students in the report we have 29 of them in the school. But yeah, in the country, look about food stuff, about food supplies, and all that. Anyway, we maybe Andu Baja fix that issue, and then EC registered 22,500. What am I?
250,000. 251,000.
149 new voters in 6 days. Daily Guide reports. So now we can do a back page. Daily Guide come away. Pro golfers gear up for Daman qualifiers, and then Burnley relegated.
Burnley.
Yeah.
Sunday relegation.
Yes, Mananda Selma maybe soon come more details on that. So these are some of the stories because over the chicken newspapers, major newspapers, the Safiya, and then there are interesting stories ahead in that. Later they will be discussed in the political segment. But before we go quickly, we have some few minutes to wrap up this segment and some messages kuma so you should go. This is very good morning to you. The attempt at double registration at the ongoing limited voter registration exercise is a threat to the credibility of the electoral process. It is essential for all stakeholders, including the Electoral Commission, law enforcement agencies, and the public, to work together to prevent and address these issues. By ensuring the integrity of the voter registration exercise, we can uphold the principle of democracy and ensure free and fair elections. This is by Aaron Babako Kokomisa Daga Akranga. Shimaina Batun double attempted people who try to do double registration, which in the case now come on this continues, it will undermine the credibility of the electoral body. Then last and say from Zenu Central, Kumawe, the confusion basing and registration of minors in this year limited registration is largely caused by Electoral Commission, especially the registration of minors would have minimized if the registration were held at electoral areas where people know each other better. In fact, this current Electoral Commission is not aimed to help our democracy at all. This is also by Al Hassan from Zenu Central. Sannon kuma babban yaye jello hakan kuma way the people of Northeast region of Ghana will forever be indebted to their beloved son, the Vice President of Ghana, Dr. Baumia, for the massive infrastructural project in the region. That part of the country before 2017 was the most undeveloped in the whole country, with less or no infrastructural project at all, thanks to their son, Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, the Vice President of Ghana. Today, the Northeast region can boast of so many projects, including this one I can't pronounce it. There's a STEM school which is the only way. I mean, can you pronounce it? Way Kasem. Sorry, but I can't pronounce that. Yeah, the STEM school, which is the only STEM school in the whole of the 5 northern regions. The Zipline Medical Drones.
Kasempe.
Kasempe.
No, Kasempe.
The Zipline Medical Drone Center at Vobisi in the Waliwali district. Sanokuma, the Vobisi Medical Drone Center is the only one in the northern part of Ghana. Sanokuma Way Waliwali Fire Service Training School. The Sorons in the Dukaya Kikra Kamanjan Dr. Mahmoud Baumia Mutani Bunu Northeast. And then still Baba Yajalu Hakan Yakara ya Barman them is in the chicken, Mr. Host. Why always the complaint come from the incompetent Mahama in his NDC? They should leave Ghanaians to enjoy their peaceful lives forever. And then Mr. Host, we told you it was not Dumso like the time of the incompetent Mahama. It is NPP government, and this was a maintenance taking place, but the NDC have their own way of propaganda in this political history. And I'm sure he was referring to Botundum so when we started the program about the ACG.
Is that Babanya Hakajallo?
Yes, the Kumasi.
Where is a maintenance? CSA.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yesterday I came across one gentleman who passed by here in the chain. He said the guy so we kulena Kalomo daga Sonesh Mohammed daga ministries. We're in the Department of Civil Service. So Mr. Mohammed for ministries at the Department of Civil Service. We say good morning to you.
Allah Mr. Mohammed. So we dum CSA ne ba dum so bane. Okay. Anyways, so dum CSA to Ghanaians will judge with their own discretion,
on their
and
term,
then the term,
yes,
the term will speak on December 7th. Allah Kemurai de Lafia. Amin Yahya Kayum. So I think at this point, Mundang U10, Mun Juya Muzo, Shemuzo, Mui political discussion, inshallah. All right. So Kudaka Chemu. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.